We're going to go on and talk about the third piece of this, which is the media. We know who our audience is. We know what we're going to say to them. Now, how are we going to say it? How are we going to get the word out to all of them to say something? For all of your online efforts, your website is the hub. It is the main thing that will drive a lot of the other things, including that 3-pack with the map, where you show up in that list. Your website influences that as well. So your website is the biggest piece of what you need to be focusing on. If you've kind of put up a website and it's gone stale over the last couple of years, it needs to be first and foremost on your list of things. Now, some things about a website. Does it convert people to the next step? I call it the obvious next step. When somebody comes to your website, do they know exactly what you want them to do next? That's called a call to action. You want to make sure that it's obvious. This is a company, you see the red buttons that immediately pull your eye towards those buttons, and those are schedule an appointment, let's talk, those sorts of things. This is a great conversion factor, right? Great call to action for a business. So this is the first and foremost thing. You don't just want to get more traffic, right? If you want more traffic, you can go to India and get 10,000 visits tomorrow, but they're going to be useless people. What you really want is quality people who are looking for what you're offering, and then giving them a path to get that thing solved, right? So let's do this little exercise. Open up a new tab on your browser, go to your website. This is really cool. So you really should do this when you get some time. Go to your website, just click on 3 random things. Go to products, go to shutters, and then, go somewhere after that, right? Just go somewhere, scroll halfway down that page, whatever page you land on after you click 2 or 3 times, scroll halfway down and then stop and then look at it and say, is there an obvious next step for me where I'm at? So that's a really cool exercise to do. Obviously, click a couple more times, scroll halfway down, do it again, or scroll all the way down, or scroll 2/3 down, whatever, right? Is there an obvious next step for me at this point? Is there something that is a different color that draws my eye towards that thing? Is there some sort of a button, a call out of some sort, right? Now, do the same thing on a mobile device. Pull up your website on your phone and go through the same process and see if it's easy to engage with your business. This is a really good exercise to do first, because it gives you a good idea of, is your site built for conversions? And ultimately, that is the end goal. A lot of people build websites to be just the most pretty artistic thing in the world, but they don't convert. Our philosophy is, we're taking all this effort to get people to your website. Let's get them to do the next step, right? We don't just want people to come and say, what a beautiful website. We want them to set an appointment in most cases, right? So check out that little exercise. Do that on a couple different devices and see what you get, where you get with that. One thing that I have a little tip here. If you do this on your mobile device, first of all, do it both ways on the screen. Tilt the phone sideways, do it that way as well, because you should get a different look and feel of your website. And then a phone number. If the phone number shows up on your website, which it should, if you click that on a phone, does it automatically go to the phone app to start dialing that number, right? That's a big thing. That's click to call is what that's called. But that's a huge thing for all these people. And 60 to 70% of people are using phones to make their buying decisions now when it comes to our industry. So this is a big piece of it. It needs to be in place. It needs to have the right pieces there so that when people do click it, get the result. They dial you, they get you on the phone, those kinds of things.